Welcome into American Fork High School as we get ready to watch the American Fork Cavemen host the Skyridge Falcons. Gavin Atkinson along here with you tonight to provide you play-by-play and commentary. And we got two 10-win teams duking it out tonight. Skyridge 10-6, Cavemen 10-7. Skyridge right now sitting at the bottom of the region with 3 straight losses as the Cavemen win the initial tip, looking to try and get a win in region play. Cavemen try to open the scoring with a quick 3 from Bridger Burnside. This game is going to be a battle of the stars, I believe, as we see Ryder Gentry for the Falcons drive into the paint, trying to get the first points on the board. Ryder Gentry is one of 2 stars we've seen emerge on this Falcons team. Your other star you'll be looking at is Carson Mosteller. Both of them averaging about 15 points per game, and they've been phenomenal throughout the year. Bryce Mella on the other side. The 3 is no good, and Jax Clark gets the board. So fantastic time to transition to American Forks players to watch. Bryce Mella had that initial 3-point shot. Bryce Mella right now is averaging 16 points per game, and Jax Clark is sitting at 15.5 points per game. Bryce Mella scored 21 in their dominant win over Lone Peak, as we see an opening in the scoring from Ashton Hux. And when this American Fork team gets both Bryce and Jax going at the same time, they are very difficult to stop as Bryce Mella hands it off. Hux driving in, and he will get called for the travel as he picked up that pivot foot. 6:17 to go in the first quarter as we kind of get settled in. We'll see our first substitution of the night for Skyridge, as Hunter Sheffield will take a seat, and in is Koa Walwork. Walwork will take it up the floor. Give it up to Zach Gagon. Back to Walwork. Mosteller will get a chance, guarded by Mella. That's going to be an interesting matchup all night long. 15 on the shot clock. And Skyridge is struggling to navigate this Cavemen defense early on. 7 on the shot clock as Walwork loses the ball. Saves it before going out of bounds, but he will step out of bounds. So that will be a turnover on the Cavemen. First of the night. And this caused by the Cavemen, forgive me, the Falcons turned it over. This Cavemen defense, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to these 2 stars. As we see a nice pass from the Cavemen, Mella unable to convert. But I got to throw a little bit of love at Jax Clark for that pass. There will be a foul as the Cavemen thought they got a steal. That foul will go against them and will be given to Jax Euler, I believe, number 0. Forgive me. Falcons able to tie it up after the foul. And the Cavemen looking to respond. A little bit of sloppy offense at the beginning of this game as both teams trying and navigate both defenses. Through 3 minutes, we have 6 total points. So just under the 5-minute mark. One-on-one matchup. And no good for Ryder Gentry. Bryce Mella will take it up the floor for the Cavemen. Finds his man in the paint, layup up and good for Jax Clark as he gets his first points on the board for the Cavemen. Wallwork gives it up. Nice pump fake. A nice ball movement as Ryder Gentry unable to finish the layup. And Bryce Mello will go to work. Gives it up to Clark. Clark wiggling through traffic and gets the 2 up. And a quick 5 points for the Cavemen in the last 40 seconds or so. We'll take a quick break and be back after this. Into American Fork High School. Cavemen up 4 at the beginning of this game, 7-3. It's been a little bit sloppy through the early part of this quarter, but looks like the Cavemen are starting to wake up and get things put together on offense. Jax Clark with some nice post moves to get 4 quick points for the Cavemen. Falcons looking to respond. Wallwork takes it up the floor. Mosteller working his way into the paint, and he gets his layup up over the outstretched hand of Jax Clark. Cross-court pass to Huck. Ashton Hucks. Bryce Mello will get it back. Bridger Burnside with the ball. Kick out to the corner. Nice pump fake from Hucks. Hucks unable to drain the 3. He has one earlier in the game. Cole Wallwork will hand it off to Zach Gagon. Gagon working on Mella. Kicks out to Wallwork. Wallwork moving a little too quick for his feet. Joel Gardner picks the ball back up, and Skyridge will slow things down with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wallwork driving. Cross-court pass. Joel Gardner has the pass tipped away, and turnover for the Cavemen. Jax Clark gets the layup and will go to the line. Some nice footwork down in the paint, and that's where you're going to see him make most of his money, get most of his points here tonight, is down in the paint. And you can see why, is this kid has just a great knowledge down in the paint, knowing where to put his feet, and he has a nice touch. So I believe Clark looking for his 7th point of the game, able to convert the and one opportunity. And Skyridge maybe punched in the mouth a little early in this game. Looking to respond. Mosteller and Gagon kind of caught in the crowd. And a great opportunity there. But Hunter Sheffield could not hold on to it. It was a nice pass, maybe a little low. And the energy here tonight in this arena is really, really there. American Fork showed out tonight. They brought the bands and plenty of students as this place is loud. Clark gets it once again. He'll kick it out. Ashton Hucks, cross-court pass. Mella will reset with 20 seconds, takes the screen. Gagon on Clark. Mid-range jumper up. No good for Bryce Mella as it took 3 bounces on the rim. Davis Fiance kicks it out. Ryder Gentry gives it to Mosteller. Mosteller working on Mella. Mella will be called for his first personal foul of the game. And Mosteller will go to the line to shoot 2. Set to check in for the Falcons is Joel Gardner. And coming in for the Cavemen is Lincoln Zimmerman. Bryce Mello will check out. And Zach Gagon will check out for Skyridge. One more free throw for Mosteller. And he converts both, 2 for 2. Taking up the floor is Cavemen. Jax Clark. Zimmerman, cross-court pass. Clark looking for three. No good off the back iron. He makes .12 a night is what he's averaging. He's not known for that three-point shooting, but he's going to try and stretch the floor. Cavemen get the rebound, will go to the line. Dieter Tuitavauki will go to the line to shoot two. It will hit his first as Ashton Hux will go take a seat. Checking in is Austin Brown. Two for two from the line. Both teams shooting free throws well tonight. Davis Fians takes it up the floor. Ryder Gentry picks up his dribble, looks across court. Corner three. Up, no good. Maybe a little too far to the right. Rebound, Cavemen. Sam Rudder takes it up the floor. Tuitavauki with the ball. Guarded by Sam Rudder. Zimmerman. Cavemen pass the ball well as they navigate this man defense. And a nice shot there, high off the glass to increase the lead to 7. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Mosteller, guarded by Zimmerman, gives it back to Gentry. Gentry, a little quiet tonight. Mosteller for three, he leaves that one short. Rebound Clark. Clark will take it up the floor. Sam Rudder with the ball. Takes a screen. 20 seconds between shot clock and game clock. As Rudder driving to his right side, looks for cutting Clark, but nothing there. Tuitavauki, no shooter's roll, but Zimmerman with the board. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul will be given to Carson Mosteller, his second of the night. But forgive me, that's going to be a error in the report as Mosteller is set to check in, I believe. Or for Zach Gagon set to check in, Mosteller's second personal. So Gagon will check in. As well as Ripken Roberts for the Falcons. Ryder Gentry will take a seat alongside Hunter Sheffield. Two for two from the line. Skyridge trying to find a way to get a little bit of momentum into this game. Fians will take it up the floor. Some tough defense up here from the Cavemen. 14 on the shot clock as they were waiting to get that play rolling. Takes a screen from Mosteller. Drives into the paint. There will be a late whistle. And that one, I believe, will go on Sam Rudder. It will be his first personal of the night. 7.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. And that will send Davis Fians to shoot two. No good on the first one. Checking in is Koa Walwork and Hunter Sheffield, as well as Bryce Mella and Ashton Hux for the Cavemen. Fians with one more free throw attempt. He goes 1 for 2. Ball moves quick for the Cavemen, trying to get one more shot off. No good. Mello with the tip. No good. Rebound will be secured by the Falcons. Ripken Roberts to thank for that. That will do it for our first quarter of action. 7-16, or forgive me, 8-16, as I'll get that fixed for you. As the home team Cavemen are up 8. Welcome back into American Fork High School as American Fork leading by 8 early on in this game. It's been a little bit of a sloppy game early on for the Falcons as they're trying to navigate this defense. Their stars have been quiet. Mosteller has a few points. But we'll see what they can do in the second quarter. The Falcons have struggled with quarter droughts all year long, and their pretty brutal loss to Corner Canyon, the game they're just coming off of, they were held to 2 points in the second quarter. Other than that, they held on with the Chargers. They got to find a way to avoid those quarter runs and respond. Zach Gagon for 3. That one hard off the back guy on rebound. Bryce Mella. Clark running up the floor, wanted it, won't get it. 3 up for the Cavemen, no good. Rebound. Hux for 3. He already has 1, no good. Oh! We do have a whistle. They will count the basket for Ashton Hux. The foul will be on the floor, and it will go on Bryce Mella, his second personal of the game. So a little bit of an interesting situation there. Basket will count. Bryce Mella will pick up his second. And quite a bounce for Ashton Hux as he got that one to drop. Joel Gardner will give it back to Wallwork. Ryder Gentry. They've tried this play all night as they try and get Gentry going. He has a mismatch he liked, passed out of it. Joel Gardner driving. Nice moves from Gardner as he gets to the paint and gets 2. Clark double teamed, kicks out, 3 up, no good for Tuitava Uki. Ball will be poked away. Will stick with the Cavemen as Bridger Burnside, closest Caveman to the ball. Clark in the paint, a nice pass as they take advantage of that matchup as Clark is having himself a monster game tonight. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. Koa Wallwork gives it up to Mosteller. Mosteller looking for a second 3. Wanted the foul, but he won't get it. Clark will get the rebound and take it up the floor. Clark double teamed. Looked like Mosteller took an elbow, but no call. And we'll get a timeout for the Falcons. American Fork offense going on all cylinders. Falcons struggling to respond. We'll be back after this. We'd like to welcome you back into American Fork High School. 13-point lead early on for the home team as American Fork showing exactly why they're in this battle for 6A Region 3. They're coming off of a loss to Corner Canyon, 49-65, as Corner Canyon looking like one of the best teams once again in the state. As it stands right now, you've got 4 teams tied for second in the region, or forgive me, tied for first in the region. The entire region except Skyridge is 2-1 right now. Mosteller hands it off to Gagon. Joel Gardner takes the screen. American Fork switching on defense really well right now. No shot, no good for Joel Gardner. We'll have a whistle, and that was a tough fall right there for Bridger Burnside as he fell right onto the ball, on his back. Hopefully he's okay. He looks to be okay. He's a tough kid. Jax Euler will take it up the floor for the Cavemen. He's guarded by Fians as they continue to try and work and get it into the paint. Ball will be poked away by Mosteller. It'll be a baseline inbound for the Cavemen. Clark has the mismatch on Ripken Roberts. Ball poked away. Nice steal from, I believe, Joel Gardner. Tui Tavuki will be called for the foul. That will be his first, team second of the quarter. 5:17 to go in the second quarter. As Jack Euler will take a seat, coming in for him is Tyler Zabriskie. Ripken Roberts hands it off. Fians kick out. Mosteller going to work. Oh, unable to get that one to fall, and the rim is unforgiving for Skyridge tonight. Tui Tavuki gives it up to Clark. Clark has been a monster. Nice steal from Mosteller. 2-on-1 fast break. He gives it up. There will be a kick ball called on Dieter Tui Tavuki, and he can't believe it. He thought that was a clean steal. Ripken Roberts will take a seat for Skyridge. Back into the game is Ryder Gentry for the Falcons. Mosteller to inbound. 4:42 to go in the second quarter, 13-point game. Falcons have been struggling on offense all night. Their defense has kept them in this. 3 for Mosteller, up and good, and finally Mosteller hits his first 3 of the night after going 0 for 2, now 1 for 3. Ball poked away, almost stolen by Davis Fians. The Skyridge having a little bit of life injected into him from that Mosteller 3. Trying to pick things up on offense. We'll see a substitution for the Cavemen. And then Hunter Sheffield will substitute in for Zach Gagon. Zabriskie gets the ball. Cross-court pass. Quickly closed out on. .12 on the shot clock. Clark with the mismatch. Tui Tavuki gives it up. Ashton Hutz with seconds to shoot. He gets it off in time. That will be a shot clock in violation. A great effort from the Skyridge defense to get the turnover. Zach Gagon will come back into the game for Joel Gardner after about a 40-second rest. And Fians will take it up the floor for the Falcons. Guarded by Tyler Zabriskie. And a nice steal from Tui Tavuki. There will be a foul call. Oh, forgive me, for a moment it looked like they were calling that foul on American Fork. Maybe they are. No, they will not. So it will be called on Zach Gagon. That ultimately stops the fast break, and you got to be frustrated as a Caveman fan. Clark guarded by Ryder Gentry. The double comes from Mosteller. Clark lost the ball, got it back, gives it up to Hux. Zach Gagon guarded by Clark. They've got that mismatch set up. Mosteller pulled off on the far side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ashton Hux, mid-range jumper, in and out. Rebound will be stopped by the foul. The foul, I believe, will go against Skyridge. It will be given to Ryder Gentry, his second. They said he was holding on the rebound. 3:13 to go in the half as the Cavemen lead by 10. Both offenses have struggled at times through this half. They'll get it inbounded to Clark. Zabriskie, guarded by Wallwork. Ryder Gentry and Clark has been the matchup of the night. And they'll go back to it. Clark airballs, rebound, Zach Gagon. Skyridge has held American Fork scoreless for about 2 minutes. Gagon gives it up to Mosteller. Mosteller in the paint. The entire team collapses on him. As Joel Gardner had a nice move. Gentry working on Clark. He'll kick it back out to Gagon. Gagon tries to thread the needle to Ryder Gentry. The ball will go on the floor. Will be a jump ball in favor of American Fork. 2:30 to go in the half. As both offenses stuck in the mud. Skyridge will bring a full court press as Ashton Hucks takes it up the floor. Tuitavauki gives it back up to Hucks. Austin Brown in the game as well. Zabriskie driving on Gardner, or forgive me, on Gagon. They're going to call Gagon for the foul, as they said the foul occurred before Ryder Gentry took that charge. Sam Rudder set to check in for the Cavemen. Shooting two is Tyler Zabriskie. So that will break the Cavemen scoring drought as they take the lead back to 11. Skyridge unable to capitalize off those defensive stops as they only cut the lead down to 10. 1 for 2, but a rebound by Tuitavauki. There'll be a foul called on Zimmerman for the Cavemen as Zach Gagon and Zimmerman were both battling for position down in the post. 2 minutes to go in the half. Walwork will take it up the floor, guarded by Rudder. Joel Gardner hands it back off to Walwork. Trying to get Ryder Gentry going as he looks for Mosteller. Ryder Gentry with the layup as he gets that one over Zimmerman. Rudder takes it up the floor. Gives it up to Hucks. And to Tavauki. Forgive me. Tyler Zabriskie for 3, and he drains it. Skyridge will be forced to call a timeout with 1:24 to go in the half. We'll take one as well. We'd like to welcome you back into American Fork High School. Score 27-15 as the American Fork Cavemen lead by 12 as their defense has been phenomenal all game as they've shut down Ryder Gentry. Ryder Gentry has had a little bit of a rough go the past 3 games. Only 9 points against Lehigh, 10 points against Lone Peak, and 11 versus Corner Canyon. On the other side, Mosteller has seen his own side, some own downs on the past few games. He had a fabulous game versus Lone Peak with 26 points, but against Corner Canyon, only 9 last game. Fyans will take it up the floor for the Falcons. Double comes quickly. He gets it to Mosteller. Mosteller open in the corner. No good. Rebound. Zach Gagon takes it. Gets it to Gentry. Gentry wanted the foul and maybe has a case. Nice extra pass. Zach Gagon. No good for 3. And the rim has been unforgiving for Skyridge tonight as we see a good look from them there. Excellent passing, but unable to convert. Steal by Mosteller. Fyans taking it up the floor, slows it down. Trailer 3. Joel Gardner, no good off the back iron. Rebound will fall to Ryder Gentry. Joel Gardner pull up mid-range just in front of the free throw line, and that one's in and out. And if you're a Falcons fan, you got to ask what's going on. 30 seconds to go in the half. Falcons bring the trap. Zimmerman with a nice pass. He gets it to Sam Rudder. Rudder with the 2-point layup. 14-point lead, final 10 seconds of the half. Fians gives it to Mosteller. Mosteller guarded by Zimmerman. He'll work on that matchup. Ball goes off Mosteller's foot. 2 seconds. There will be a foul. A travel. Wow. So Joel Gardner plays some great defense. And it looked like he tied up Zimmerman a bit as Zimmerman got called for the travel, I believe. 0.8 seconds to go in the half. We'll see a full court huck, I believe, but it won't amount to anything as Tyler Zabriskie shows off his football secondary skills and picks that one off. 29-15 as we enter halftime. A lot of adjustments you expect from this Skyridge team is, it's tough when you're trying to coach these guys as they've gotten good looks and they haven't done anything necessarily wrong on offense. Ryder Gentry had some great looks through the first half and they just would not fall. Carson Mosteller had some good looks for 3. He eventually hit one, but again, just would not fall. On the Cavemen side of things, you're seeing a great game from Jax Clark in that first quarter. He got slowed down a little bit in the second quarter, but the damage had already been done, and then their defense has been pretty good. They've gotten a little lucky on some shots, but they've been great on the boards, getting second opportunities on offense. We'll be back just after halftime. Looks like they do have some halftime festivities, so it may be a little unusual. As of right now, 10 minutes. Welcome back in to American Fork High School as the home team Cavemen up 14 through this first half of action. It's been a slow-going game offensively, really for both sides, as I expect both offenses to put some things together after talking to Coach at halftime. Both of these coaches, long-term head coaches, Ryan Cuff leading the Cavemen through 8 years, 120 wins, 78 career losses. You look at the other side, Jeff Gardner, 10 years for Skyridge, 130 career wins, 102 losses. Should be interesting to see what they do tonight as they try and seal this win. Skyridge trying to get back into it. They've done a lot of things good as Joel Gardner drains the 3. And it feels like that shot in the first half would not have gone in. We'll see if they have a little bit better touch and maybe a better luck in the second half. Clark in the paint, back again as he's had a monster night taking advantage of his matchup. Ryder Gentry working on Clark. Thought about giving up to Mosteller, gives it up to Gagon. Clark on Gagon. Mosteller. Work on Clark. He'll give it up to Sheffield. 15 on the shot clock. Mosteller has that ball swatted away by Jax Clark. Jax Clark is a 6'8" monster at the high school level. He has a massive body and he's so difficult to drive to the hoop against. Gagon gets the ball, has to kick it out. 3 for Mosteller, in and out. Rebound, a good effort from Ryder Gentry, but will be secured by Bridger Burnside for the Cavemen. Ashton Hucks will slow things down. Bryce Mella driving on Gagon. Help comes. But to no avail as Bryce Mella gets the nice close jump shot. Zach Gagon looking for the foul. He responds with a shot of his own. Cavemen pressing it. Joe Gardner gets the steal. 2-on-2 fast break. Gardner throws it off Bridger Burnside to save the possession. And already the Falcons coming out with a little bit more life. Cavemen have responded as their lead has only decreased by 1 point since halftime. 3 up for Sheffield off the back rim rebound. Cavemen. Ashton Hucks gets it to Jax Euler. Passing it around as it looks like the Falcons have gone to a zone. 3 up for Euler, in and out. Nice rebound by Clark. And a little bit of a miscommunication between Ashton Hucks and Jax Clark as that ball gets thrown out of bounds. Checking in is Joel Koa Walwork for Hunter Sheffield for the Falcons. Walwork will take it up the floor. Walwork guarded by Euler. Gives it up to Gentry. Gentry was fouled. And Gentry's had an up and down night, much like this Falcons team. He's had some good looks and unable to get them to fall, as the rim has been unforgiving at times. Looked like the officials were going to look Dieter Tuitavuki into the game. There was the buzz, but not in time, so they'll reset things as Tuitavuki waits to be brought onto the floor. Joe Gardner gives it to Walwork. Walwork back to Gardner. 20 on the shot clock. As this Cavemen team has entered a 2-3 zone, and it is very difficult for the Falcons to break down. 5 on the shot clock. Walwork driving on Mella. Kicks it out. Nice pump fake from Gagon, and he draws a foul. As Jack Clark bails out the Falcons, and Zach Gagon with a nice pump fake to get him up in the air. Maybe jumped a little bit into Clark, but Gagon will be shooting 3. No good. Second free throw falls, and Dieter Tuitavuki will come into the game for Jax Euler. .454 to go in the third quarter. Zach Gagon goes 1 for 3. Bryce Mella, guarded by Mo Steller, gets the screen. Ryder Gentry on Jax Clark. This matchup has been the matchup of the night. Clark unable to finish. Looks like we'll have a jump ball arrow in favor of the Cavemen. And you'll see Jax Clark, he loves to use his weight down in the paint. It looked like maybe the chair might have gotten pulled from under him as he was trying to throw the body at Ryder Gentry. He airballed that layup. Fortunately, his teammate gets the rebound and was tied up. Possession arrow in favor of them. Ashton Hucks with the little floater, up and in. As nice touch from Ashton Hucks. Cole Walwork pushed the pace, working on Hucks, kicks out. And Joe Gardner will be fouled before the shot. They'll wave it off. That will be called on Dieter Tuitavuki. That will be his second personal of the game. Walwork will inbound. American Fork stays in the zone. Ryder Gentry gets swatted, but Gagon gets the steal, and Gentry able to cherry pick as he was still getting up from that swat. As this Skyridge team playing some great defense, getting steals as they're just trying to push the boulder up the hill. Zach Gagon, a mismatch on Jack Clark. Jack Clark wants to foul, and he may have an argument Kick out, Gagon for three, in and out. Strong off the backside of the rim. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Hucks with 17 on the shot clock. They get it down to Clark. Help comes, cross-court pass to Hucks. Walwork guarding Hucks. There will be a foul before the shot clock goes off. 4 seconds on the shot clock, so we've seen maybe a little bit of a bailout by the Falcons. Koa Walwork will take a seat. Fian's in. Clark driving in. No good. Rebound, Gentry. Falcons trying to push the pace a little bit. Fians will slow it down. Give it up to Gentry. Gentry working on Mellon. Nice spin move. And he finishes. Wow. Looked like he got tied up a little bit. Lost his balance off the spin move. And somehow able to get that shot to fall. Has the chance to cut the lead down to 10. Carson Mosteller will check out. Into the game is Hunter Sheffield. And Lincoln Zimmerman will check in. Will check in for the Cavemen. Ripken Roberts will check in for Zach Gagon. We'll see what the official scores table has. It looks like they have 26-37. I believe they didn't add 1 point. So we're going to go with 27-37 and adjust if we need to. Jax Clark gives it up. Ashton Hucks with the nice dime, and Lincoln Zimmerman with the floater. Ripken Roberts gives it up to Gentry. Joel Gardner. Looks like he got fouled by Jax Clark, and Jax Clark's unhappy with it. He may have pulled the chair on Joel Gardner, but you just saw Joel Gardner kind of fly forward, and with the difference in height and weight, you just imagine there was some contact. Falcons are in the bonus now. That will be the second foul on Jax Clark. Two for two from the line. And we'll have an early foul given to Joel Gardner as he was chasing Zabriskie up the floor. Tui Tavuki will take it up. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Jax Clark gets it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman almost loses the ball in the corner, able to secure it. 18 on the shot clock. Ashton Hucks driving. Shot up, no good. Rebound secured, Ryder Gentry. Ryder Gentry taking it up the floor. Gives it up. One more pass. Nice pump fake. As Joel Gardner unable to get it to go, wanted the foul. Rebound. Jax Clark. He'll give it up to Ashton Hucks. Hucks guarded by Davis Fians. Tyler Zabriskie gives it up. Zimmerman gets fouled by Ripken Roberts. As that ball sailed out of bounds. That will be the third team foul for the Falcons, second for Ripken Roberts. 1:06 to go in the quarter. Zach Gagon will check back in for the Falcons for Davis Fyans. Tyler Zabriskie got trapped on the baseline, somehow gets out of it. Nice move from Jax Clark as he spins out of traffic and lays it up. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Cross-court pass, almost sails out of bounds. Ultimately will be a turnover as Mosteller tries to save it. Zabriskie unable to finish, but the offensive rebound from Lincoln Zimmerman and the putback. Joel Gardner tries to take it up the floor, wanted the foul, nothing there. Cavemen will slow it down as they have the final, shot clock is off for the third quarter. Jax Euler, guarded by Gagon. Screen comes, and Gagon comes up with it. 5 seconds. Gets the layup up and in, and that should do it for the quarter. And some excellent defense from Zach Gagon as he somehow comes up with that steal. 13-point deficit for the Falcons as they're only able to cut into that lead by 1 point. We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth quarter. Welcome back into American Fork High School. The home Cavemen up 13 on the visiting Skyridge Falcons. The Falcons trying to avoid extending this 3-game losing streak to 4 games. American Fork has hit their stride other than one hiccup against Corner Canyon last week, winning the 4 games before last game, as they currently sit 2-1 in region alongside Lone Peak, Lehigh, and Corner Canyon. One thing to mention about Skyridge's journey to 0-3 in region is 2 of those 3 games were decided by a total of 9 points. So they lost by 6 and they lost by 3. Looking for a comeback here. Fyans driving. Nice finger roll as he keeps it out of reach of Tuitavuki. 7:30 to go in the game. Bryce Mella gives it up. Trying to give it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman will set the screen for Mella. And a foul will be called, I believe, on Ryder Gentry. They will give it to Ryder Gentry as it looked like his feet were moving while he was trying to slow down the defense. Into the game is Jax Euler for Tyler Zabriskie. As Jax Euler was still waiting for the horn to be let onto the floor, eventually able to come on. Zimmerman gives it back up. This Caveman offense is all about moving the ball and changing the point of the attack. Eventually they'll drive it in and kick it out, but it really is fun to watch, and it makes it so easy when you have a 6'8 monster like Jax Clark. Clark gives it up to Mella, and Bryce Mella lays it in, and when Jax Clark can't do it, Bryce Mella can. Joe Gardner driving. Right-hand layup off the side of the backboard. There will be a foul given to Ashton Hucks, his first personal of the game, as it looked like his hands came down on that challenge. So Joel Gardner will shoot 2 with 6:37 to go in the fourth. Joe Gardner hits the first. As we look ahead on Skyridge's schedule, on Tuesday next week they will go to Weber, and then Summit Academy will travel to Skyridge on Friday, January 30th. 2 for 2 from the line is Joel Gardner. They'll bring the full court press. And it will pan out as Ashton Huck stacks out on that far side baseline. Sideline, forgive me. 6:34 to go in the quarter. Checking back in for the Cavemen is Bridger Burnside. Ryder Gentry will drive along the top side of your screen, and they will call him for the charge as Sam Rudder, I believe, draws the charge, and I think they're going to get him for being out of control. It didn't look like Rudder had set his feet, and sometimes you see it when there's that big weight difference. Some of that contact looks a little more violent than it is. Nonetheless, charge will be called and a turnover for the Falcons. Bryce Mella with the strong move. The ball got tipped as it was going in from Jax Clark. Looked like Skyridge wanted the goaltend, but they wouldn't get it. Davis Fians will go to the line to shoot two as he gets fouled. Second foul on Lincoln Zimmerman. Unable to hit the first, just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. As Skyridge has got an uphill battle. Goes 1 for 2. And they bring the full court press. Sam Rudder takes it across the half court line, gives it up to Mella. Rudder gets the screen from Zimmerman. Zimmerman rolls. Rudder drives, gives it up to Clark. Maybe a travel there. Shot no good. Joe Gardner working on Rudder. Euro step, and he gets the roll. Timeout will be called. Or forgive me, no, it will not be a timeout. Looks like it'll be a foul. It will not be a foul. I'm not sure what the stoppage is. Another note, as American Fork gets this across the midcourt line. We went with our KSL score earlier in the third quarter as it looked like maybe a point was not added. Looks like we got off somewhere along the line. As Bryce Mella goes up and gets that layup as he has some strong post moves. Skyridge, their score is 37. 37-49 is your score as I get you caught up. Ryder Gentry driving, will be fouled. 4:46 to go in the fourth. Checking into the game is Ripken Roberts for the Falcons. Foul will be called on the floor. Checking in for the Cavemen is Tui Tavuki for Zimmerman. Fians gets it into Gagon. Gagon drives, tries the cross-court pass. Oh, wow. And what a turn of events. Gagon throws it off the rim. Clark rebounds the ball, but as he was going, the ball got poked away. Rebounds off his face and out of bounds. Bridger Burnside will take a seat for the Cavemen. And checking in is Nicholas Bromwell. Joe Gardner for three over Clark. Hits the front of the rim. Rebound, Bryce Mella. American Fork will call a timeout with 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take one as well and be back right after this. I'd like to welcome you back in to American Fork High School. As the Cavemen up 12, it's been a tough battle for the Falcons as they're trying to climb this hill, push that rock up the mountain, if you will. And a little bit like Sisyphus, they just can't get over the hump. It's been a struggle all night, but they really struggled in that first quarter, and they're paying the price here late tonight. We've seen that a few times this year for Skyridge, and their losses, they just struggle sometimes to minimize those scoring runs opposing teams will go on. Right now, that's why they're 0-3 in region and looking like they may fall to 0-4 if they don't get their own scoring run here. Bryce Mella to inbound. Ball is tipped and out as Ripken Roberts trying to get that steal as Falcons looking to create some turnovers. It's still only a 4-possession game off of 3-pointers, 6 possession with only 2s, but you really need to start stacking stops. American Fork knows that, and they're going to pass the ball around and try and avoid it as long as they can. 3 up, blocked, will be saved. It goes through the legs of Ripken Roberts. Gagon saved it from going out of bounds. So there's your first stop. Davis Fians, guarded by Clark. Shortest man on the court, going on the tallest man on the court. And no good on the jump shot. 3:30 to go in the fourth. Bryce Mella. As the Cavemen kind of play a little bit of a game of catch, as Bryce Mella and Sam Rudder just kind of pass the ball to each other for a bit. Cross-court pass. Ashton Hucks, no good for 3. Rebound, Jax Clark. Jax Clark thinks about taking it back, but coach wants them to go back to this passing game. So back to the old backyard throw with your dad as Rudder and Mella pass it around. 16 on the shot clock, 2:44 to go in the quarter. Tui Tavuki in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound will be given to Ripken Roberts, and you could kind of hear the slap from here as the foul from Bryce Mella. A little bit, it's definitely inadvertent as they were both going for the ball, but unfortunately, Mella picks up the foul. It will be his 4th of the night. He will check out. Into the game is Nicholas Bromwell. Far side corner 3 up, no good off the back iron. Rebound, Joe Gardner as he gets his own miss. Carson Mosteller, opposite side 3-pointer. This time it falls. 9-point game, 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Sam Rudder and Hucks playing the old game of catch. They'll go back to the far side corner. Got to get a steal. Hucks and Rudder. Rudder steps in. Nice pump fake. Rudder tries to get it Clark. Ultimately will. Jax Clark, no good. Skyridge with a little bit of life. 140, they're pushing the pace. Far side corner 3. Oh! Wow! I can't believe that. I don't know that I've seen that before. They're going to call the blocking foul on the Cavemen. Usually in Utah high school basketball, you'll see that play being a pass and crash as Skyridge was pushing the pace, kicked out to the corner, and you saw the bodies fall. They're going to get the blocking foul as Mosteller sent to the line, unable to hit the first one. As we see some mass substitutions from both teams. Zach Gagon back onto the floor for the Falcons. Mosteller goes 1 for 2. 8-point game with 1:43 to go in the fourth. Far side pass. And Hunter Sheffield will get called for the loose ball foul there as Tui Tavuki jumps into the air, a little reminiscent of our favorite fall sport, football. You know, Tui Tavuki getting up there and catching it over the defender. 1:40 to go in the fourth. Trap comes, ball's loose. Skyridge gets a turnover. Fast break comes. Ball is tipped away. Great effort there from Ashton Hucks as he gets his defense, his team a chance to reset on defense. Hunter Sheffield will check back out, and Carson Mosteller back into the game. We'll see what they have drawn up from this inbound. They'll get it to Mosteller. Mosteller thought about the shot. He'll drive. Ball is loose off his knee and out of bounds. Turnover, Skyridge. Davis Fians will check back in for Hunter Sheffield. Cavemen will get the timeout just in time before the inbound pass. We'll take one as well just to build the tension. We'll be back after this. We'd like to welcome you back to American Fork High School. Cavemen up 8 as Skyridge has tried to claw into this deficit all night. They've had not a ton of luck much of this game. They've started cutting into it. They had a chance to cut it to 6 or 5, but unfortunately for Skyridge, unable to convert. It's been a lot of miscues all night, and sometimes this team has a lot of talent, but sometimes they step on their own feet and they hurt themselves. Mella to inbound. He'll get it in. And then the foul will come from Joel Gardner. As we enter the foul game with 1:25 to go in the fourth, as they're looking for a steal. Jump ball is in favor of the Cavemen. As Bryce Mella gets it inbounded and gets it back quickly. Trap comes, navigates it, gets it to Rudder. Jax Clark trying to maybe slam it down, but he'll settle for the layup, possibly the one that seals this game. Skyridge looking for a miracle, sets the screen. Jax Euler, or forgive me, Fians gives it to Gagon. Ryder Gentry for three, he drains it. It's not over yet. 7-point game, 57.6 seconds to go. So you start playing the possession game, and we're looking at a 3-possession deficit. If you make 2 3-pointers, you're down 1. You still got to play the foul game. You got to get a steal, or you got to count on some missed free throws as you game plan this out for Skyridge. I think the Cavemen are in a pretty good situation to hold on to this if they can avoid the turnovers. We've seen them have a little bit of trouble inbounding the ball. They've done a good job quickly inbounding it to whatever player is not inbounding it, and then getting it quickly back to the inbound man. That's usually been Bryce Mella inbounding the ball. So we'll see Bryce Mella He'll get it inbound. It looks like it was tipped. Joel Gardner will tip it. So that's kind of what we've alluded to, as Bridger Burnside will check in for Joel Gardner, maybe trying to get a little bit more height guarding the inbounder. Mella gets it in, gets it to Clark, back to Mella. Mella will quickly be fouled by Ripken Roberts, and so we'll travel 90 feet and shoot 2. 55 seconds to go in the fourth. Double bonus for the Cavemen. Cavemen have been solid from the free throw line all night, taking care of business there. Skyridge has faltered at times from the free throw line. And that is one of the differences in this game. Hits his first shot, increasing the lead to 8. Still a 3-possession lead game. As we see Cavemen adjust who they have in the backcourt as they move Jax Clark down. They have the full court presser. Mosteller kicks out. Zach Gagon will secure it. A lot of time coming off the clock on this possession. Gagon working at it. He gets the layup up and in, and then a quick timeout by Skyridge. So we're back to a 7-point game. A lot of time went off the clock, and if you're a Falcons fan, you only got back what you lost off of the missed free throws. We'll see what Coach has drawn up as they try and fight this uphill battle. Definitely still have a shot. Ryan Cuff, Jeff Gardner, a very experienced head coach. 10 years of coaching experience with the Falcons. But on the other side, American Fork, Ryan Cuff, he's no newbie to this either, with 8 years of experience. "38 seconds exactly." American Fork has struggled to inbound the ball at times, and when they have struggled, they've gone to Jax Clark with his height. They'll change the inbound man, and they'll go deep, as they'll get it up the floor as Bryce Mella runs down the floor. And I love that by Ryan Cuff. You change up the look on the inbound pass. Skyridge expects one thing they've been doing all night, and then you change it up and get Bryce Mella back to the line. 33.3 seconds to go. Mella shooting 2. Hits the first. And he hits the second. So back to an 8-point game. 35 seconds to go. As this one really starts to seem to get out of reach for the Falcons. As we look ahead for the Cavemen, as they look to improve to 3-1 in region, they've got a tough battle at Layton next Tuesday, and then next Friday they'll host Lehigh. So 2 big games next week as they really look like a competitor in this region. You know, everybody always seems to be chasing Corner Canyon and 6A Region 3, both in football and basketball. but we've seen it every few years. Some strange things happen in the playoffs, some strange things happen in region, and American Fork very much not out of the race. Bryce Mella didn't think he tipped it as that ball sailed out of bounds. You know, to the naked eye and just the situation, it looked like he touched it, but he was very adamant he did not. Sheffield to inbound. They'll get it to Mosteller. Mosteller gets it to Gagon. Sheffield, corner three up, sails over the line. Clark will get it up to Mella, and Mella says showtime, and he'll put an exclamation mark on this game. Joel Gardner takes it up the floor, heaves up a three, no good. Rebound, Zach Gagon. Zach Gagon will take it up. Give it up to Ryder Gentry, and Ryder Gentry will drain that three to make your final score 57-49. We see there, you know, some people might say it's breaking an unwritten rule, but these teams don't like each other. And American Fork comes up on top on this regional rivalry matchup, 57-49. It wasn't always pretty, but they were able to get the job done when they needed to. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. This is Gavin Atkinson. We'd like to thank Tino for running our camera tonight, and we wish you all a good night.